Today, we will delve into the blood-soaked nightmare that has haunted the annals of crime history for over a century, the enigmatic and gut-wrenching tale of Jack the Ripper. In the fog-shrouded corners of Whitechapel, a malevolent force prowls, leaving a trail of mutilated bodies and shattered lives in its wake. Witness the police's desperate attempts to decipher the chilling letters and cryptic clues left behind as they grapple with the infancy of criminology and forensics. From captivating suspects to ludicrous theories, the intensity escalates as we explore the twisted minds and dark secrets behind this legend. The infamous Jack the Ripper murders took place during the year 1888 in the impoverished East End of London. Although confined to a relatively small section of the community and a limited geographical area known as Whitechapel, these gruesome crimes sent shockwaves through society, leaving a profound and lasting impact. Remarkably, the press and the general public's attention became singularly focused on the grimy streets and destitute inhabitants of one of London's most impoverished and crime-ridden neighbourhoods. This mysterious figure, Jack the Ripper, whoever they might have been, managed to unveil the seedy and hidden underbelly of Victorian society. In doing so, he shed light on the deplorable social conditions that had silently thrived, largely unchecked, right at the doorstep of the City of London, which incidentally stands as the wealthiest square mile on the entire planet. The Ripper's reign of terror acted as a catalyst that awakened the privileged and affluent citizens of London to the harrowing realities faced by the less fortunate. These revelations prompted a newfound awareness among the well-to-do classes, forcing them to confront the appalling state of affairs that had been allowed to develop unchecked amidst their city. As the press fervently covered every horrific detail, the echoes of those murders resonated far beyond the narrow confines of Whitechapel, causing ripples that reached the hearts and minds of society at large. 5 unfortunate women stand out as the most likely to have fallen prey to the sinister figure known as Jack the Ripper. These ill-fated individuals, namely Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly, have etched their names into Ripper lore, earning the moniker of the canonical 5. What is particularly eerie about these killings is that all 5 of them occurred within a mere mile's radius, concentrating the horror in such a small and confined area. The brutality inflicted upon the women's bodies was nothing short of macabre and sadistic. The perpetrator displayed a disturbing level of expertise in human anatomy, as organs like kidneys and uteruses were meticulously removed from the victims. Such precision strongly indicated that the murderer possessed significant knowledge of the inner workings of the human body. One of the most chilling revelations came to light after the murder of Catherine Eddowes when Dr. Frederick Gordon Brown, the police surgeon, meticulously documented the post-mortem findings. His professional assessment stated that the person responsible for these heinous acts must have possessed considerable expertise regarding the intricate positioning of organs within the abdominal cavity and the skill to remove them with surgical precision. But besides this, there are many more stories within the Jack the Ripper case. For example, the haunting connection to 6 other murders. One such victim was Martha Tabram, a resident of Whitechapel, and a woman who had tragically resorted to a life of prostitution. The discovery of her lifeless body on August 7, 1888, in the dimly lit George Yard buildings sent shockwaves through the community. She bore the grim and brutal marks of 39 stab wounds to her chest and abdomen, a truly macabre scene. Intriguingly, the post-mortem examination unraveled unsettling details about the killer's methods. It was revealed that 2 different knives had been used in the heinous act, one of which possibly a bayonet. This led the investigators to speculate that the perpetrator might have had a background as a sailor or a soldier, given the familiarity with such weaponry. Inspector Aberline later referred to Martha Tabram as the Ripper's first victim, drawing a sinister line connecting her fate to the other haunting murders. While the infamous canonical 5 are widely known, we must not overlook the inclusion of Martha Tabram as a potential link in this ghastly chain. Among the 5 accepted Ripper victims, 4 had been previously married, an unsettling detail that may offer clues to the killer's motivations. However, the 5th victim, Mary Jane Kelly, remains shrouded in mystery, with comparatively little known about her life as she does not appear in official records. The stark contrast between Mary Jane Kelly's fate and that of the other victims adds another layer of intrigue to this grim tale. She met her untimely demise within the confines of her rented room at 13 Miller's Court, situated in the desolate and sparsely furnished back of 26 Dorset Street in Spitalfields. But the killing did not cease there. On the night of September 30th, a sinister symphony of terror unfolded as two innocent souls fell prey to the relentless killer's blade. The first tragedy struck at approximately 1 a.m. when the lifeless body of Elizabeth Stride was discovered in the shadowy confines of Dutfield's Yard, nestled off the eerie lanes of Berner Street. Mere moments later, at 1:44 a.m., P.C. Watkins stumbled upon yet another gruesome scene in nearby Mitre Square, the lifeless form of Catherine Eddowes. The proximity of the two murder sites, easily reachable on foot, compounded the horror of this dreadful night. The haunting similarity between the fates of both victims was undeniable. Their throats had been brutally slashed. However, a perplexing deviation emerged, setting Elizabeth Stride apart from her unfortunate counterparts. Unlike the other victims, Elizabeth had not suffered the dreadful fate of disembowelment. The absence of this gruesome signature led to intriguing speculations that the Ripper may have been unexpectedly interrupted during his horrific act. This unnerving possibility seemed to provide a glimpse into the deeply disturbed psyche of the killer. Such an interruption might have unleashed a sinister compulsion within the Ripper, driving him to kill again with alarming haste. The urgency to satiate this macabre thirst could explain the swift occurrence of another murder soon after. The Whitechapel murders unleashed a massive criminal investigation, pitting the Victorian police against a cunning lone assassin who was wreaking havoc in the heart of 19th century London's densely populated and crime-ridden quarters. Throughout this gripping saga, official reports and vigilant journalism kept the public abreast of the investigation's progress, or rather, its lack thereof, allowing us to witness the unfolding drama of the manhunt. From this historical vantage point, we can scrutinize the techniques employed by the police as they sought to trace the elusive killer, and we can draw intriguing comparisons with the modern methods utilized by today's law enforcement. This unique opportunity affords us the chance to ponder and, ideally, resolve the compelling question of why Jack the Ripper managed to evade capture. One of the most riveting aspects of this haunting case lies in the abundance of letters directed to the authorities, purportedly from the hands of the killer himself, or from individuals claiming to have valuable insights on how to bring the perpetrator to justice. Among the multitude of these unsettling letters, one stands out as the most infamous, forever securing the killer's legacy, the Dear Boss letter. In late September 1888, this missive was sent to the Central News Office, bearing the spine-chilling yet oddly fitting signature of Jack the Ripper. The press seized upon this ominous correspondence, unleashing a flood of similar letters upon the authorities, nearly causing the police investigation to teeter on the brink of collapse. The public's fascination with the elusive Ripper grew exponentially as these sinister letters continued to surface. Even though the letter is the reason the name Jack the Ripper has been cemented in the annals of crime history, it is highly unlikely that the person responsible for the murders was the same individual who penned it. Both the police officers of the time and modern-day experts unanimously concur that the letter was, in all likelihood, the handiwork of a journalist. The list of potential suspects in the Jack the Ripper case has swelled to over 100 names over the passing years. Among them, a mix of enthralling and captivating figures merge with utterly absurd and implausible contenders. In the realm of captivating suspects, the names of Aaron Kosminski, Thomas Cutbush, and Montague John Druitt reign. Their backgrounds and possible connections to the chilling events have fascinated countless sleuths and researchers, adding layers of intrigue to this mystifying tale. The complexities of their lives and the elusive threads of evidence surrounding them have made them compelling subjects of investigation. On the other hand, one can't help but raise an incredulous eyebrow at the inclusion of figures like Prince Albert Edward Victor, the Freemasons, and even Lewis Carroll as potential suspects. The notion of their involvement in such gruesome crimes stretches the bounds of reason and leans toward the realm of pure fantasy. Nevertheless, one undeniable truth remains. Irrespective of the likelihood or incredibility of the individuals appearing on this ever-expanding roster of suspects, the unrelenting quest to nail the infamous Ripper has succeeded in etching these series of crimes into the collective memory of criminal and social history for over 125 years. This enduring mystery has captivated the imaginations of countless generations, ensuring that the shadow of Jack the Ripper continues to loom large in the annals of crime, sparking fascination and debate that shows no signs of waning.